Well, hello Capricorn. Welcome to my table. My name is Toni, and this is the Capricorn Tarot Weekly Forecast for the week of March 19th through the 25th, 2021. However, any time that you are here is exactly when you are intended to be here because time is limitless. Hi, welcome back to my returning subscribers, and hello to you if you are new here. As I said, my name is Toni. So before we begin, if you are enjoying my content, be sure to give me a little bit of love. Hit that like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to see when I post new content. If you see a deck of cards that I use and you enjoy, they will all be linked down below in the description. And if you want to book a private reading with me, be sure you check out that link to my Etsy shop, okay? All right, Capricorn, let's get started. Let's get our table out. It's cleared and set. Look at this, y'all. I'm not a gambler, but I do take risk, okay? It's funny, I don't gamble, but I take risk all the time. Look how tiny this little piece of Palo Santo is. I am just determined to get my full money's worth on this one. All right, let's clear and set the table. We invite our higher selves to join us, as well as calling upon Christed consciousness to please come to the table. We command our sovereignty in this time, dimension, place, and space, and we disinvite and disallow all beings, energies, and entities of less than Christed consciousness. And we clear, we bless, we protect this space. We clear, we bless, we protect this space. I'm going to clear, bless, protect, activate, and fully align all of my chakras and energetic auric grid systems. Okay, Capricorn, if you're listening with your headphones on, turn down the volume so I can set the tone for the reading. All right, here we go. Nice. Lastly, let's set our intentions for this reading by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We call in our angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit. We call the Mother of the earth, Father of the sky. Sacred ones, we call upon you and we welcome you here now. We ask that you please help us to understand and interpret these messages to the best of our knowledge as we receive them. Thank you. Okie dokie, Capricorn, let's get started this week. We're going to start with the Making Magic. It's a brand new deck. One of you beautiful subscribers gifted to me. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I am just, let me tell you, I have worked very hard to get every single one of you, and I can't appreciate any of you more than I do. So I love you. Thank you so much. So let's start with the Making Magic. If you are listening with your headphones on, every time I shuffle, I will pray before I shuffle over the cards. So turn down your volume on your headphones so it doesn't get loud in your ears when I shuffle. Okie dokie, Capricorn, let's start. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for Capricorn for the week of March 13th? I'm sorry, 13th. What am I saying? For the week of March 19th through the 25th, 2021. What messages do we have for Capricorn and whatever time, date, place, or space they are watching? Thank you. Oh, this is pretty. It says dragonfly. You bring light to this world, Capricorn. Let's make sure you can see that. There you go. Dragonfly, you bring light to this world. So this is actually, I really enjoy that card for you for a lot of reasons. One, when we think of light, we think of the light workers. And, the light workers have really been pulling some overtime in the past few months, really since that grand conjunction back in December. I've been seeing the light workers hold it down. And so Capricorn, you're just as much a part of the light workers as any of us are. But also with the dragonfly, Capricorn, you're an earth sign. And, it's interesting. I always notice within each group of elements, there seems to be a theme. And it appears that in the earth elements, just like Taurus, y'all seem to have a theme around air today. So this is about, the things we think. This is about not just the things we think, but about, how we manifest and how we interact with people, how, our thoughts create our future. Our thoughts create our reality. So when we talk about dragonfly, it says you bring light to this world. So what we really want to focus on this week, Taurus, is Capricorn, my bad. My bad. Capricorn, what we really want to focus on this week is to focus on not just what we're thinking, but how we're thinking about it. Are we keeping our thoughts in high vibration, or are we just really just like letting our ego take over and just go with the flow of whatever we want to think whenever we want to think it? Because if you do that, if you don't examine your mind and you don't take charge and you don't care enough about yourself to care enough about how you feel, so you don't choose to feel good and you don't choose to think thoughts that feel good, then you don't have a life that feels good and you don't get things that feel good. That's how manifestation works. And so this is really a week about focusing and putting, our thoughts into a higher vibration, into a higher alignment. And, alignment isn't as complicated as anybody wants to tell you it is. It's really about choosing to feel good, because your higher self is a higher vibrational being. So just choose to feel good and you're already going to be doing 9/10 of the work. I promise. All right, let's look at the Golden Girls Tarot. Here we go. Let's shuffle. Angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What messages do we have for Capricorn this week? What does Capricorn need to hear for the week of March 19th through the 25th, 2021? What energies are moving towards Capricorn in whatever time, date, place, or space they are watching this reading? Thank you. All right, angels, ancestors, guardians, God, spirit. What messages do we have for Capricorn? What is the situation currently with Capricorn? What's going on with Capricorn? All right, you're dreaming big dreams, it looks like. Let's see where you can see that. Do y'all like my new studio, Capricorn? What do you think? What do you think? I've got a new camera, a new lighting, a new everything. So I've got it where I can see myself for a change, so I can actually see what you see now. And I can make sure you can see that. There we go, right here. All right, there you go. 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands. So, you're really making plans, you're dreaming, it feels like to me, with the dragonfly especially sitting right here over that 2 of Wands, that you're trying to edify and clarify which desires are the desires of your highest path, of your truest calling, and which desires are the ones that you should pursue. So it feels like you really are, because this is the number 2 of Wands. So when we speak of the number 2 numerologically, we speak of actually not just recognizing that you're not just a body, but you're a body with a soul. But it's one is recognizing you not just a body, but you have a soul. But 2 is moving from the understanding that you're more than just a body, with your body, your soul having a human experience, and that your soul would like to work with your body and be in alignment. So that's what we're talking about here. This is about being in high alignment with yourself and pursuing the desires of your soul and pursuing the dreams that are your highest calling. Dragonfly, you bring light to this world, Capricorn. All right, so let's see, what are your obstacles ahead of you this week? What are the obstacles ahead of Capricorn this week? Well, isn't that funny? It's the King of Swords. So, like I said, it seems to be an air theme flowing through here this week. The obstacle is actually, the problem is actually the obstacle at the same time. It always makes me giggle when that seems to work that way. Hang on just 1 second. When we talk about the King of Swords, we're talking about really mastering your thoughts and really being in control of your own, not just your own emotions, but your own vibration, and really being a high manifester, being able to seemingly manifest out of thin air. And so that is something that I feel like is not just an obstacle for you this week, but I feel like you have a systemic belief issue that probably just needs to be cleaned up in there. It feels like you don't believe. It feels like you have a little doubt. This is a very Capricornian issue. You are the earth sign. You're besides Taurus, you're probably the most earth sign. You're the second most grounded of all the earth signs. And in general, you don't get your head up in the clouds, is what I'm trying to say. You're very level-headed, you're very grounded. And so it's very hard sometimes for you to wrap your head around this concept that if you just choose to feel good as much as possible, and I am not saying to spiritually bypass shit, I am not saying when things go bad not to deal with it, or when stress happens. The interesting thing about that is, though, when you choose to feel good often and you make it a priority, funny enough, when stress happens, and it does, it happens every day, when that stress comes, because you've been practicing so much choosing to feel good so often, you will handle it completely different. You'll have a completely different response, and that's what we're trying to teach you, is if you'll choose a different response, you'll make a shift, and each time you make that shift, it gets a little more easier and a little more natural, and then you release those blocks, then you release those limits, and then manifestation starts. The evidence of your manifestation just starts becoming overwhelmingly obvious. You can't miss it. It's like, oh, yeah, I totally manifested that. So This is honestly the message for you this week, Capricorn, is faith, hope, and trust. You gotta sometimes have a little tiny, the parable of the mustard seed from the Bible, the faith of the mustard seed. Sometimes all it takes is faith the size of a mustard seed to grow a mountain, to move a mountain, right? And that's what it is, to move a mountain. If you have the faith the size of the mustard seed, you can look at the mountain and say, mountain, you come to me, and the mountain should move. So that's kind of the message here. You've got to have the faith of the mustard seed. You've got to have just even this smallest little smidgen of faith and belief that you can do it, because you can. You can do this. You can make your dreams come true. You just got to care enough to want it. You got to care enough about yourself, love yourself enough, Capricorn, to actually choose to care about how you feel. Okay? All right. What is the final outcome? What's the energy moving in towards Capricorn this week? What's the future energies moving towards Capricorn? Well then, what's happening here? We have the Tower, the Page of Swords, and the Five of Cups, clarifying. Oh my. Yep, well, that makes sense. Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Temperance. That 100% makes sense. So Capricorn, it's funny. I'm sitting here telling you that if you would just choose to be in alignment with your higher self, and you're going to be able to know what path desires to pursue, you're going to be able to choose it, and you're kind of arguing with me like it's not that easy. You're kidding me. Stop it. You hippie. You woo-woo. What are you talking about sitting over there? I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of sitting in the house of my dreams, living the life of my dreams. And like 2 years ago, I was homeless, and we didn't have a job for like 9 months. And I mean, I don't know. What am I talking about? I don't know. So anyway, it appears that though I'm telling you all this and I'm trying to get you to believe, you're not going to listen. So what it's going to take is, it's going to take a tower to come in to shake you up, to get you to understand new ways of thinking, so you can leave behind old thought forms, conditions, patterns, habits that are no longer seeking your best and highest good, because you are clinging to them pretty tightly, honestly. So this tower is going to come along. It's going to shake you up, Page of Swords. It's going to force you to leave behind what no longer works, the Five of Cups. But the great thing about that is that's the blessing in disguise. Towers suck. Oh boy, do they suck. But sometimes you got to go through that tower to understand, to heal, to actually open yourself up to a new possibility. And that's what's going to happen, because when you come out of that tower and you finally decide to let go of your old toxic ways of thinking that were no longer working and allow new ways of thinking in, look what comes in. New ways of thinking. Ace of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, Temperance. You get to, you learn to adapt your priorities. You understand that it's better to be happy than to be right. And you choose the path of, least resistance. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera so much. I'm trying to still learn my setup, and you're my first video I made with it. So here we are. But when you choose the path of least resistance, when you finally decide that there is an easier way, that you don't have to keep whatever you were trying to do wasn't working. And so life is like, no, stop all that. I'm going to come in and I'm going to be like, stop the limitations, stop the doubt, stop the worry, stop the anxiety, stop all that, and listen to me. Choose to care about how you feel. Choose to feel good. Choose to adapt a different way. Choose to respond a different way. Don't react, respond. Switch that gear. Shift that habit. Choose the path of least resistance. You're going to be forced to, whether you want to or not, Capricorn. That's so Capricorn. Oh, that's so like you. I love y'all, Capricorn. Y'all have no idea how much I love you. I truly love you. Being a Sagittarius, we bump right up next to each other. And I've always said Capricorn is the sober sister of Sagittarius. That we're very similar, very alike, but we're also very different. Capricorn has fun, but they're also more work focused. Where Sagittarius is kind of la 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 la. All right, Capricorn, let's close it out for the week. Let's look, I'm going to get used to this concept of where I have my things here soon. At the Power Thoughts cards. Here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, spirit, what messages do we have for Capricorn this week? What does Capricorn most need to hear for the week of March 19th through the 25th, 2021. What does Capricorn need to hear in whatever time, date, place, or space they are watching this? Oh, thank you. Should I get on my table? There we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. What messages do we have to Capricorn from higher self? Messages to Capricorn from higher self. All right. We have, right. I trust the process of life. Look at those flowers growing. What did we just talk about? The faith the size of the mustard seed. When you plant a little seed of faith, trust is what grows. Hope is what grows, okay? I trust the process of life. So you've got to learn to trust. You know, Capricorn, one thing I know about you is you're very salt of the earth. You got to be shown it before you believe it. It's not one of those energies for you. You need something tangible before you believe it. But this is one of those times we're telling you it doesn't work that way. This is not how manifestation works. You got to learn to trust the process. And we're telling you that if you'll just trust and if you'll just lean into caring about how you feel, you will see tremendous benefit and change. I promise. Okay. Let's see. We have I release. Yes. I release all fears and doubts. I trust the process of life. I release all fears and doubts. I trust the process of life. I bring light to this world. Yes, you do, Capricorn. My favorite card. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. Think good thoughts. You know, that's like the message I just want to tell you. Think good thoughts. Choose to think things that feel good as much as often. And as much as possible and as often as possible. When you got to deal with nonsense, deal with it. When somebody pisses you off, deal with it. When you know somebody just shows up out of nowhere and starts yelling at you, deal with it. When the coffee spills and dinner's burnt, deal with it. But then when you're done, come back over here, release your fears, your doubts, say all is well with my world, because you know the thing about the contrast is when you're experiencing contrast, it's making it very, very clear to you what you want now. So as soon as you can get your way out of that contrast, switch from focusing on what you don't want, come back over here to what you do want. Focus on feeling good. Because really at the end of the day, being successful, feeling love, being healthy, having all your needs met, doesn't that all make you just feel good? Right? Then start feeling good now. Choose to feel good now, okay? And trust the process of life. Release the fears and doubts and tell yourself, all is well with my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Everything is always working out for me. All is well in my world. That's right, Capricorn. So even when the Tower comes, and it's going to, you're going to have to trust that process. You're going to have to release your fears, your doubts, and you're going to have to keep telling yourself, all is well in my world. And it is, Capricorn. So take a deep breath, because here we go. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a beautiful week. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Come back next week, and until I see you again, know just how much I love you, Capricorn. Bye.